Welcome back to the Crypto Media Podcast, where we interview the mavericks, game changers, influencers, and technological geniuses in the cryptocurrency space. With that being said, let's get into it.
Thanks for watching my dad's channel, Crypto Media. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Welcome back, my fellow cryptocurrency enthusiasts. I'm your enthusiastic host, Justin, and today I have the pleasure of introducing you all from my channel to the incredible JamesRuleXRP. James, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Hey, it's good to be here. Welcome to Texas.
Cool. So yeah, just a few days ago, I got an inbox in my messages, and I'm like, I should just reply to this guy because I've been using some of your content for my videos, and you've been putting out some unreal stuff in the last week or two, and I've been really blown away by the research you've been adding to the community as a whole. And yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, James.
Okay. I grew up in Southeast Texas. I live about an hour east of Houston, and I went to school here. I graduated and went to college for a couple of years, and I was undecided. So 1986, I went to work for Budweiser. I drove on a Budweiser truck. I delivered, I sold. From there, I went to Miller, sold Miller beer. All the fun times when you're that young and you're a beer salesman, you get a lot of friends. Everybody gets free beer from you. But 1991, I went to Coca-Cola. They made me an offer. I started as a route driver on the truck. From there, I went into sales, and I worked for them for 17 years. 2008, a buddy of mine, I was 42 at the time. A buddy of mine told me about the oil field. He kept showing me his paychecks, his pay stubs and everything. And he said, hey, you want to make some real money? And I bit the bullet. I went to work in the oil field. I worked there for 9 years. And as I was in the oil field in 2017, I started doing some research on, investments and different investment opportunities besides, 401ks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I saw Bitcoin, and I had heard of Bitcoin before. I've been computer savvy. I grew up in the 80s. I made a post a couple of days ago talking about, the beginnings of the internet back in the late 80s, early 90s. What was an email? What was a web page? What is all this new technology? And as it's progressed and to what it is today, it's incredible just knowing that we are in this digital age where technology, cryptocurrency, the internet of value, XRP, and everything that we are involved in today, we're less than 1% of the world that actually knows about this.
Exactly.
So getting back to my research, back in 2017, I found Bitcoin, and I opened an account on Binance, and I didn't know what I was doing. I said, what the heck is Bitcoin? I put in a couple $100. And at the end of 2017, when the big boom happened, I made some money. I was like, wow, this is incredible,
Yeah.
So early 2018, I did some extensive research on different digital assets or cryptocurrencies, and I found Ripple and XRP. And I sold my Bitcoin, or I exchanged my Bitcoin for XRP. Yeah. And I have been heavily involved in researching digital assets, cryptocurrency for, the past 3 years. And XRP is one of my top investments.
That's incredible.
So it kind of goes from there. After the oil field, I hired on at a plant here about 3 years ago, and we produce bales of rubber for car tires, shoe soles and stuff like that. And here 3 months ago, I got furloughed, with the beer flu and everything else. Everything's kind of slowing down, so they put me on furlough. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of been a godsend because I've been doing a lot of research here lately on Ripple XRP, other digital assets that are a big deal to me. And I only invest in digital assets or cryptocurrency that has use cases.
Right.
A lot of people has a big portfolio. I only invest in the ones that I see future potential, like XRP, the internet of value with banking and everything.
Yep.
I also see VeChain or VET, has the potential because it's on the production chain. It tracks
Supply chain,
products,
all that.
things like that.
Totally.
But that's pretty much how I got started, and where I'm at today with it. I do a lot of extensive research in the XRP community, and I'm just excited, to be a part of this.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, like it's so cool to see like the next layer of the internet unfolding before our eyes, and not just like an internet that we can interact with, but that we can actually monetize through research. And it's kind of like, I think we get rewarded, like in whether it's the XRP community or just the crypto community as a whole, we get rewarded for like the value we bring to the research as a whole, for people to get awareness and to get, get invested in cryptocurrency and to find avenues and on-ramps into that as, because we're kind of the early adopters of the next wave of information for what the next wealth transfer is going to look like. So it's really cool to be on like the cutting edge end of that, knowing that we're 912 days or whatever into, the lows of the lows of the XRP market right now, but we're still holding on strong. And there's so many great breakthroughs coming out. And I saw a really interesting article this morning I wanted to talk about, and I was going to do a video on it today, but I wanted your input too. So maybe some of our viewers are familiar with Jeb McClab, who's he used to be the CTO of Ripple back in before 2012 days, I think before 2012. So he's actually been there was a court case because he was trying to sell off his 7 billion XRP over the course of a few weeks or something. So then Ripple put a restraining kind of clause in his contract that he can only sell 1.5% of daily XRP volume. So I was kind of interested, and somebody was saying and linking it in a Medium article that maybe the reason the price has been so flat the last while is because he's been like periodically selling 2 or 3 or 4 million XRP a day, kind of like causing the price to be kind of at a standstill. So what are your thoughts on that?
It's intimidating. I've been invested in it for 3 years, and with all the new banking, the on-demand liquidity, all the technology coming out, you think that it would reflect the price of XRP.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people get discouraged. If you go to the XRP rich list and look at the top 4 categories of the biggest wallets, you'll see a drop in 3 of those, 4 categories. And it could be a sell-off. Nobody knows. It is unknown what is going on in the background with, the banking, Ripple, the company, where all of these assets are going to. But, it could be a sell-off. It could be but, there's going to be a time where, once all the escrows are, really once the world becomes aware of cryptocurrency, XRP, or whatever digital asset they're wanting to invest in, there's going to be an increase in volume, and, it's going to take a while. I've been real patient myself. A lot of people have been really discouraged because of the price, but it's just a matter of time. Just like the internet, it took a while for the internet to blow up, for the World Wide Web, for, web development. I used to actually write web pages in HTML.
Okay.
The actual computer language. And the younger generation today has no clue of how easy it is to just drag and drop. Like GoDaddy, you drag and drop photos, you drag and drop. It's just amazing. But as far as the price speculation, to me, it is unknown. I'm still 100% behind it. And as the price is low like this, it gives me an opportunity to purchase more.
Totally. And that's the mindset. Like, so tell me about your mindset going into crypto, like, especially in this bear market for XRP. Like kind of the Warren Buffett advice that he would give anybody. What would you say to that? Like, sell high, buy low kind of thing. When there's blood in the streets, get your cash out and start loading up and stuff.
Well, here a few years ago, before I got involved with digital assets or cryptocurrency, I used to trade like penny stocks or trade stocks, just to make a little bit of cash on the side. But with cryptocurrency, to me, I have an exit strategy, and it's a pretty simple exit strategy. What I do is I take my initial investment costs in XRP or whatever digital asset I have, and I document, the price I paid at that particular time for the digital asset, and I keep a tally of my initial cost, of the total wallet or the total package, whatever.
Yeah.
My exit strategy is going to, and you've seen videos on YouTube, different people kind of explaining their exit strategy. When it gets to this point, I'm going to cash everything out. When it gets to this point, I'm just going to take a piece out. What I'm wanting to do is once the prices start to increase, I'm going to pretty much just cash out my initial investment and leave the rest in there and let it go to moon or whatever it's going to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Pay
yourself back, right?
Pay myself back and let everything ride, and there may be increments, say XRP gets to $100. You might want to take a little piece out there, when it gets to, it's going to get there. It's going to take a while, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. But, if you're new to the digital asset space, cryptocurrency, the rule of thumb, and I tell everybody, there's new users on Twitter every day that hit me up, how much XRP do I need to buy? I'm new to this. Only buy what you can afford. Only, it's an investment. It's your money.
Yeah.
So I can just give advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I just research,
exactly.
and know what I own. So a good rule of thumb is to do your own research. Go in and dig into each cryptocurrency that you're interested in and learn about what it's used for, its use cases. And like I said before, that's one of the reasons that I only invest in use case cryptocurrency.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like say if somebody had $1,000 and they're like sick of the banking system, they want to unbank themselves, but they're skeptical about XRP. What are some other options for them that you would like not recommend, but like you would tell them to research more and look into?
What are you mean pertaining to cryptocurrency?
Different currencies, different projects that you're excited about and stuff too. Like if they already have a bag of XRP and they're like, I want to diversify my portfolio, kind of what would you recommend researching into?
My top three right now are, XRP is 95% of my investment in digital asset portfolios. My number two is going to be VeChain. I've been researching it for the last couple months, and the biggest thing to do is just go in and research every cryptocurrency. Go to Coin Paprika and look at the top 100.
Yeah.
Click on each one, and if you click on each one on that page, it'll pretty much give you a short explanation of when it was created, what the use cases are.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is just to study it. Go through the news, go through Twitter, follow the actual, I follow Ripple on Twitter, and they're always updating their news.
There's that site too, similar to Coinmetrics, but it's free. I was using it last week. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's all the metrics for social media engagement for coins and stuff. I'll put it in the link in the video here if I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'll send you the link to it. It's unreal.
Sure, I appreciate it.
All the volume of like tweets and stuff and activities, so you kind of know, like, it's more set up for like a pump and dump kind of thing where it's like,
oh, that's good.
Like, info is exploding, but Coinmetrics is pretty expensive to have a monthly subscription. So I was just I was watching, I think, Journey Crypto, and he had a link to this site, and I'm like, wow, this is great.
Hey man, send it to me. As I said before, we are less than 1% of the world that owns digital assets or cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And I feel that Twitter is making a huge impact on getting this information out there. I used to be a Facebook junkie for years, and here, probably starting in January, I pretty much just push Facebook off to the side.
Yeah. Like, I think Facebook is against crypto pretty much, unless it's Libra.
Hey, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
There you go. You go. But, Twitter, it just amazes me, the news that comes out, the community, the way everybody's involved. And, you're going to see some FUD out there. You're going to see people. I have people every day that, bash Ripple, XRP, whatever. I don't care. I know what I own. And it's just exciting to be a part of this.
Absolutely, man. Yeah,
no. I'm pumped. Like I said, the price is down to what, up 17.8 cents right now. And, hey,
now let's talk a little bit about BitTrue and ways that people can not diversify, sorry, make interest on their crypto while they're holding in a bear market. Because like, getting interest on it is something amazing to add to your bag without having to do anything, just on autopilot. So what's your recommendation for someone to do that with their XRP?
Okay, I am currently staking XRP on BitTrue.
Yeah.
And BitTrue has their own BTR coin, which you have to own a small percentage of BTR in order to stake XRP. I'm actually tomorrow, I will be able to take the profits off of what I've made on BitTrue as far as the staking and then transfer them back to my Ledger Nano X.
Okay.
As everybody knows, the Ledger Nano X or Ledger Nano S is a cold hardware wallet that I highly recommend if you have a substantial amount of cryptocurrency or digital assets to back up your holdings on a ledger, because Coinbase has been having some problems here. Whenever prices went up on Bitcoin here not too long ago, people were having a hard time retrieving their funds.
Exactly. Yeah.
But BitTrue runs on Ripple XRPL. Curious Wang is the CEO, and he is real big on XRP. There's an XRP exchange. But what you can do, there are several other cryptocurrencies that you could stake, and what it is, you're in with a group of other individuals. There's a maximum cap that they set, and you can be a part of that cap and gain I think it's 10.3% interest.
Wow.
On XRP.
That's like API per year?
Per year.
Yeah, or APY.
So depending on how much you put in is how much you're going to get back. And, I was kind of leery at first because I keep everything I have backed up on a ledger. And, but I had to, I did some research. I got a little bit of feedback from Twitter, and I finally came to terms, to realize that it's a legit thing. I mean,
absolutely.
And with VeChain, if you have VeChain or VET in an exchange, you're actually staking VeThor, which is the fuel for VET.
Yeah.
And, it's just amazing. I mean, I think ADA or Cardano is fixing to incorporate the Shelley add-on, or I've been doing a little bit of research, but they're going to go from centralized to decentralization.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be some stake opportunities with ADA as well.
Yeah, they're saying the first year could be around 9 or 10% for staking ADA. So that's pretty cool. I picked some up kind of the week that there is all the news coming out and stuff. So I made a little bit of profit, and of course my wife picks them up too. Which is great.
Hey, there you go.
So it's nice be able to duplicate yourself and be like, hey, you're going to buy too. It's great. But yeah.
Oh, it is. I mean, it just amazes me. A lot of people are in panic mode right now because the prices are down, but look at the stock market.
Yeah.
Look at a crash in the stock market.
Yeah.
And, I read an article here a week ago saying that I think it was Coinbase or one of the exchanges said that they had received a lot of $2,400 crypto investments from people, cashing in their stimulus checks to buy cryptocurrency. So that was kind of neat. I mean, to see that people are looking for different ways to invest besides just, the standard stock market, 401ks or whatever. But
exactly,
cryptocurrency is roughly about 10% of my total retirement investments. I have 2 401ks, one through Coca-Cola, one through the oil field. I have a little bit now through the company I work for. I'll get pension through Coca-Cola here in 2 years when I turn 55. But, crypto or digital assets only make up about 10% of my, retirement portfolio.
Yeah.
And the way I see it, if the ball keeps rolling the way it is, say here in the next, 3 to 5 years, maybe, if not longer, I have a great feeling that the 10% that I own in digital assets are going to
turn into the 999% or something.
Yeah. Well, that's going to exceed and probably blow away the value of my 401ks. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, good.
It's really exciting.
And being a little younger, I'm a little riskier in I won't say what percentage, but I'm more all in on XRP and crypto and everything. So got a little bit more life, not life.
I was really considering, possibly transferring one of my 401ks over. Or
have you thought about I Trust Capital at all, like with a
yeah,
Roth IRA? I'm not American, so I don't know how that works, but
yeah. The neat thing about that is, I spoke with Blake. Whenever I did some research, he actually called me back, and he's one of the CEOs of I Trust Capital.
yeah.
And what I Trust Capital enables you to do is you will fund an I Trust Capital IRA or Roth IRA with taxable income. So you can't transfer your XRP that you have now to I Trust Capital, but what you'll do, you'll purchase new XRP with taxable income into your I Trust Roth IRA.
Okay.
When it matures, I think when you turn 59, you can recover those funds tax-free because it's in a Roth. So that is a real big tax advantage if you're in that age range. I know I speak to a lot of people that are younger that, they don't want to wait till they're 59. They want to, I guess it depends on, I'm closer to that age, so it would be beneficial for me to have that. But, it's going to be locked into that Roth IRA. And it's something, for our tax advantages, it's something really to, look into.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Another project I would recommend, like I've done a few videos on it, but I've done a lot of research into Celsius Network. Have you heard a little bit about them?
a little, not much.
So they were like an ICO project in 2018 that was really successful, and they basically their whole hashtag motto is unbank yourself. So it's a similar platform to, I guess you could say, to BitTrue, but they're not like XRP centric in their in their platform and stuff. But you can stake Bitcoin or so basically the way it works is they have a decentralized wallet where you can hold your digital assets in their system like a bank, and you'd get like low interest rates to hold your assets there. And they didn't talk into like what their security protocol is, but it sounds pretty crazy. But
wow.
And they also hold double the amount of digital assets on hand than what the shareholders own, I think. So it's like, to pay people back, it's like there's no problem withdrawing crypto. There's no like 3-day wait or anything like that. It's an instant withdrawal for.
Oh, it's instant. Oh wow, that's pretty.
Yeah, and they pay weekly dividends or rewards in their cell token called CEL, and in the last 3 months, it's gone up 435 or 400%. The cell.
Wow.
Because like the thing is that they have to sell off the exchanges to pay their 127,000 members in cell. Because like everybody if there's guys staking like, say, I don't know, $100 million in Bitcoin, they have to pay like 8 or 10% a year back to that person in cell tokens if they choose to get paid out in cell, because you get rewarded a higher rate. If you want to get paid out in Bitcoin, it's a little bit lower than if you wanted to get paid out in cell. So I have my XRP or some of my bag there, and I get rewarded each week a few cell tokens and stuff. But just seeing like the demand for it, like the organization is growing rapidly. And so Alex Mashinsky is the CEO of Mashinsky, and he started voice over protocol in the 1990s. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
It was
wow.
transmitting voice. So it's like 3.5 billion people use voice over protocol IP and like worldwide. And he also was like on the cutting edge of starting an Uber-like service that actually got beaten out by Uber, but he could have actually won the race. But it was just, there's some great interviews. He's an amazing guy to listen to on podcasts. But like this guy is like a genius. Like he's done like, I think 3 exits from like IPO'd companies at like 750 million, like selling companies and stuff. So he's not like some scammy, like,
He sounds legit.
Yeah,
he's
super legit. So he wants to help like the average person be like, having banking options like the elites do. Because like you can do crypto collateral loans on their platform. So say if you've got like 100,000 XRP, but you want to have some liquidity to spend some cash, you would loan them your XRP in like a low interest loan. And right now during COVID, their loan rate is 1% API a year. So like literally on $1,000, you're getting charged like $1 interest a month or something like that. It's
That is crazy.
So like they can offer crazy stuff, and there's a lot of people using the loans and stuff. But check out their Instagram page and just follow Alex and the Celsius guys. But like, I mean, what they're saying is by January 2021, the cell token will kind of reach that turning point where there's going to be a supply shock where literally they'll have to the price will have to skyrocket because the demand will be so high, and they won't be able to pay out large amounts of cell token. So like, yeah, I think we're on like a crazy trajectory. But I mean, like, it's been going since like the spring, since COVID started. It's like one of the only coins that's been pumping hard and like at a very steady progression. But I've been like mind blown by it. Like, I only own like 47 cell tokens, but I'm like, I should probably get some more.
I'll have to look into that. And you know, as this advancement in technology and banking and everything that has to do with digital assets, I think, you know, the ones that make it, you know, there's going to be some out there that don't make it because, you know, they don't have any use cases, or they're just kind of there because there's, you know, thousands of different digital assets. But I think everybody's going to benefit, you know, especially the XRPs, the XLMs, the VeChain, the casino coin, just everything that has use cases. It's just going to blow up. It's just a matter of time for that to happen. Did you see, are you familiar with Uphold?
Yeah, I totally am. Like, I'm a Brave browser user, so I obviously share that link and stuff on YouTube videos and get paid a few XRP a week from sharing that. But I haven't ever cashed out of Uphold or really used it too much. But I understand that they're part of the Interledger system, right? Like, you can adapt PayID to the Uphold platform and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, and you know, your XRP tip bot is integrated. You know, if you have a Coil account, the Interledger, you know, whenever people view your page, the Interledger will pay you small increments through Uphold, which is pretty amazing. Uphold is now offering the U.S. equity trading. You can buy like $1 worth of Apple or Google or Amazon, which is pretty amazing.
Is that okay? I saw that news this week. So you can
buy. They
just launched that.
They just launched that.
Oh,
and
that's crazy.
And you know what's neat about Uphold? I have an Uphold MasterCard. And it is a crypto-enabled MasterCard. Say, for instance, if say I had $100 worth of XRP in my Uphold account, and I go to Walmart and I'm wanting to buy $100 worth of groceries, I'll scan my card, and what it's going to do is going to immediately convert that XRP over to USD.
Seriously,
and my groceries are paid for with XRP.
Is that only available in the States right now?
Maybe, I'm not really sure. I think so, but it's pretty incredible.
That's incredible.
When
like, oh, go ahead.
Oh no, when you think about it, actually converting XRP to USD immediately, and you're buying, you know, your groceries, especially when the price goes up. If you have a substantial amount in your account,
you wouldn't have to cash out.
No.
Or not in the same way, right? So.
No, I mean,
I'll have to look into that because I've just been kind of checking out Uphold as an option because I want to have at least 4 or 5 options for cashing out if I choose to sell XRP, you know, during all time.
You have to diversify. You think, you know, here in the U.S., banks are only insured for $250,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I've been looking into. I need to get with a local CPA or financial advisor because, say, for instance, in the next couple of years, if XRP just blows up and continues to blow up, you know, what do you do with those millions of dollars that are in your account?
Got all new kinds of problems to deal with, right?
But what do you do? I know you're going to pay taxes, but where do you put that money? You know, that's a big question that I've always asked.
But maybe we'll get to the point in like a few years where literally, like, to have cash is like stupid, and you literally are going to need to hold XRP just to survive.
Oh, it's going to be a cashless society.
Like, imagine that. Like, we're thinking about like, oh, I'm going to cash back into USD and stuff. But like, what if the whole point is to not cash out? Like, say there's a price lock at $1,000 or $10,000, and literally we can transact with our Uphold card and whatever, and we're literally just like, well, that was a, you know, kind of a rough ride the last 5 years, but that was awesome.
Technology just blows me away. You know, like I said, growing up in the 80s, I graduated in 1985 from high school, and you know, I bought my first computer in 1987. It was a Compact 286, which had a 40 megabyte hard drive.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And the floppy disk, the 3-inch, the 5 1/4 floppy disk. And, you know, just going from there to today, you know, your cell phone has everything you need. It's a computer, it's a camera, it's, you know, everything you need is there in the palm of your hand. And it's just, living through that and just seeing where we are today is just.
I'm actually kind of surprised that we're still taking so long. Like, I'm surprised that the internet of value has taken this long to happen. But I mean, there's obviously it's a big transition for the whole world to like flip from fax machines to iPhones, or whatever. But it is, maybe it's happening faster than we think it is. But at the same time, it seems kind of like it's taken a while. But if you look at the progress, it's pretty substantial too since Bitcoin was launched, in 2008, 2009. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, this advancements in technology and the way things are being used today, it's just unbelievable that only a small percentage of the world knows about what we're invested in right now. And it's really exciting to be a part of it. Like I posted a couple of days ago, we're the founders of something huge that's fixing to happen.
Exactly. Like I would have loved to have been able to invest in Facebook and Apple, but I was like 17 and buying DVDs still at Walmart. Like I didn't really know about all this stuff. Like I have a bigger DVD collection than like the average person, but I'm like, that was a waste. Like that could have been $20 in Bitcoin, $20 in Bitcoin, and $20 in Bitcoin. And like literally, I remember hearing about Bitcoin, I think in 2009, on some new, the Mt. Gox stuff going on. And I'm like, what the heck is a Bitcoin? Why was how many $1 billion of it stolen or whatever. But, you hear those things, but you don't really like think about it at the time. And I'm like super into like I'm so anti-establishment of like the general population, like with the way people think. I love like breakthrough things that nobody thinks about, right? Like, and just knowing that like there's so few people being an early adopter in crypto, it just gets me so excited to like help spread the word to the masses, kind of the gospel of the crypto currency movement and the transition to the internet of value. So it's really fun to be on like the cutting edge of something and not missing the boat, right?
Right.
Man, it would have been great to have $1,000 in Netflix or $1,000 in Google, in 2004, 2008 or whatever, right? But we get to do that.
Those are the what ifs. We're at where we need to be right now. We're at that point. We're at the Amazon of cryptocurrency or the Amazon books of the Amazon,
And I love like looking at chart comparisons. Like I do a little bit of following some technical analysis pages like DIY investing and stuff. And he loves throwing up the charts of like Chainlink or like Ethereum and XRP based on the Amazon chart. And they're almost identical to like, the cycles and stuff, or like gold and silver, right? Like looking at Bitcoin versus gold or XRP versus silver and seeing how like we're just a little while away. There should be like a crazy parabolic run. So it's cool to see those people doing that kind of research as well. But,
it's fun. It's going to be a journey and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. But I'm really excited to be a part of this. I research 5 to 6 hours a day. It gives me something to do. It gives me something to keep my mind busy while I'm unemployed right now.
Yeah.
But, the more I research and the more I share out there, the more I learn myself.
Totally.
So, I'll share it with the public. I want everybody to know what I know. It's just, it's really exciting to be a part of this.
So what does research look like for you? Like, we'll just kind of wrap up here soon, James, but like, what are some sites you recommend or databases you would recommend checking out if somebody's new? They just don't want to scroll Twitter for a few hours. What kind of platforms would you check out?
Man, I tell you what, I posted a video here several weeks ago. It's on my page, JamesRuleXRP on YouTube.
Yep.
That I pretty much gave away my search secrets. It goes through several web pages, several search terms I use in Google. I use different search engines. There are a ton of different ways to research. Not just XRP, Ripple on Google search. You go in and you put cross-border payments in quotations.
Oh, okay.
And it'll actually search for those, that phrase. Cryptocurrency, digital assets, XRPL, PID. I pretty much just go in and just study. I mean, Google is my main search engine.
Yeah.
But I'll go to other, like XRP Arcade. Leonidas, he puts a ton of information out there. I don't think he gets sleep. I don't think he sleeps. He just
probably not. He's just
researches XRP and Ripple 24/7. Drinking coffee 24. But there are several foreign. Let's see. let me pull this up real quick. I have my browser open.
No worries.
Let me get to it. One of the big ones is coinpost.jp. And Crypto Eddie actually sent this link to me here about a month ago. Now, I want to thank her for doing that because it gives the Japanese news on XRP, like SBI. You have to actually go in and translate it. You have to use Google Translate to translate the page because it is in the Japanese language. But,
right. And hearing the news even about that fund, the Japanese fund, that's 50% in XRP, 30% in Bitcoin. Like, that's crazy news. Totally crazy.
Yeah, it's really exciting, man. Yeah. Like I said, as far as searching, man, I just go out there and just try to think outside the box and think of different words or phrases to use in my searches, and that's pretty much how I find all the information. So cool.
Well, I think we'll wrap up there. I know everybody listening and watching has gotten a ton of value, and I know this is just going to be the first of many awesome conversations we'll have, James, in the future. But so people can find you on YouTube at JamesRuleXRP.
Yeah, JamesRuleXRP is my YouTube channel.
And that's the same as your Twitter tag as well?
Yeah, at RuleXRP is my Twitter tag.
Perfect. Cool. Well, thanks so much, James, for connecting with me today. And I know I learned a lot too, and I'm so excited to befriend another fellow XRP enthusiast and the crypto enthusiast. So with that being said, I'm going to pause this recording. And yeah, you guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to both of our channels. I'll leave the tags in the description so you can check out James's channel. And be sure to see that video on the research. I think that's great. What's that video called?
It's called My Search Secrets.
My Secrets.
My Search Secrets.
I know I'm going to check it out today. That's awesome. Okay. Take care, James.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for watching my dad's channel, Crypto Media. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.